So I was close to 6 to 7 months in saying this isn't a real business. And I'm glad I found Jim, because I don't think I'd be doing this today if I didn't find Juicebox. I live in Wisconsin right now. I border between Wisconsin and Minneapolis. I moved back and forth several times over the last couple of years. I've been doing this for a year and a half. I've been with Juicebox almost a year, maybe a year, probably a year now.
And only 6 months in the industry when you got here?
Yeah, not even really 6 months. I started in August. I got my license in August of 21, and then I met you in April, and the rest is history.
I love that.
And I'm in multiple states, multiple marketing programs, not just with Juicebox, but with others. And Juicebox is just far, far better, and from a multitude of different reasons, not just for the leads it produces or the copy that it creates, but the structure that it brought to my business, through having a Google Drive with all of our information, from the planner to the presentation. The gold is from the planner to the presentation, but then being able to quantify it and visually show people something other than an illustration. I think most people need a story. They get lost in the black and white of an illustration and numbers. And Jim and his team are just really awesome storytellers. And the support that we have, it's not once a week where we meet to talk about things and get hyped up. It's almost every day during the week. So there's a lot of advantages. I've learned a lot of bad ways to get leads and different programs, and I've learned good ways. And so if you found Juicebox, I think you'll stay. If you give it time. It's a great platform, and they offer so much to all of us in the community. I'll stop there because I can keep going and going, but it's a great place to be, and you meet friends, and it's awesome. I think I'm lucky that I found it a half a year in, because honestly, I was probably early in the spring realizing that I was on this wheel, and I was spending more on bringing clients to the phone than I was actually making. And I was going to call it, but I thought, no, you have to give this a little more time and try some different resources. So I was close to 6 to 7 months in saying this isn't a real business. And I'm glad I found Jim, because I don't think I'd be doing this today if I didn't find Juicebox. I just calculated, I just looked at my my running numbers and Quicken and went through last year. So I wrote my first policy with you, helping me write one last June, closed that deal and had commission on it. And through commissions through this month, I've made $605,000 with you. So again, to do 600,000, it wasn't like I had one thing going and getting 20, 50 leads a month and grew that. I had a lot of leads coming to me. I think what's going to be better is shifting. What you have to understand is that 605,000 was primarily built on the back of IULs. Jim has really spoken to me about annuities, and that's another thing I get this love from this team, is how to structure the business for creating speed and efficiency and power, but just getting more annuity focused to grow that. Because if I could do 600,000 on the back of an IUL, can you imagine if I add annuities to this mix? So that's the next step in growing my business. But this year looks really good. I have a couple deals that are just out of this world that I'm working on, that it's 5 of them that are fairly big, and all of them are 250,000 plus commission deals. And you close even half of those, there's another $500,000 before the end of the year. So I think what I learned through Jim is how to structure the business and to grow it. I wasn't in for the agency side of it. I wanted to just grow it for myself and just be responsible for me and have a little bit of a lifestyle business, and that allows me to do that. So I'm pleased with the number, but I know it could have been a lot better. It just took me a year. I mean, from what I met him last June and how I talked to this year is completely different. So can you imagine what next year will be like? Next June, my fiscal year is June to June. Can you imagine what that'll look like when I actually know what I'm doing? So it's going to be
awesome.
better.
So yeah. That's awesome.